I don't know how to talk about this because it's kind of painful, but I had a breakthrough with my Trump supporting mother last night, and I wanted to share it because I know that there are other people in similar situations that are really struggling with Trump supporting family members, friends, people in their community, and we cannot give up on each other. Like, we need to continue to figure out how to reach each other. And I hope there are some lessons coming out of the situation that I'm in, because I have to believe there's a point here. I lost my job 11 months ago. I moved back in, and it has been really hard to be back home through the inauguration and to be surrounded by Fox News all the time. And I've just been developing a curiosity and a patience and an ability to engage with my mom in particular that has been difficult. But yesterday I had a breakthrough moment. So here we go. So of course we had a conversation about the shutdown, and then it wielded into a variety of other topics. And I wanted to anchor us a couple of different times. And so, for example, she brought up, the militarization and ICE deployment, National Guard deployment to our cities. And I said, I lived in DC for 16 years. I was there during the first week of the deployment. It would be helpful for me to share with you, why, as like many of the locals didn't want that deployment, because she was like, I don't understand why they aren't accepting the help. Like, there is violence happening, right? And I'm like, well, can I share from you from like a local's perspective, or can I share with you like how scary it was? So I give her all this information from like a first-hand account. Like, I was there the first week it was deployed to DC. I lived there for 16 years. All of my friends lived there. And then she volleys back immediately after I speak with, well, why are they being so violent towards them? And all this other stuff, just like whatever. And I said, hold please. I said, it's really important, if we're going to engage in these conversations, that we see each other. You and I are not omnipresent. We're not trying to win the debate. And she goes, well, da-da-da. And I said, hold, I just told you that when I was there, it was scary. You can just say, I hear that was really scary for you and your friends, and like, that sucks. Like, you have to acknowledge at base, it doesn't mean that you agree with me about the whole situation or that I won the debate, but this is how you start to build trust and care in the conversation. And she started to break through, and then some other stuff started to come up, and I was like, just like pushing her because she wasn't getting the point. And she was just trying to win the debate. And I said, what has been going on here? I feel like ever since we've had this political divide, you've been clawing back at me and having these debates around these topics that have been really painful in an effort to get closer to me, but it's not working. She said a couple of things. She said, I didn't get a chance to go to college, and I didn't get a chance to do all these things, and I just don't feel, I feel very unequal to you in the ability to like speak or have these debates. And she's like, sometimes I feel shame about that. And then she said, and as a mother, I just, you always worry about your children, and I want you to be a really open-minded person. And I just worry sometimes that you feel really closed-minded. And when she was saying that, of course, that was triggering me a little bit, but I felt the essence of it. And I said, I'm receiving everything that you're saying. And I want to say to you that if you're entering the conversations with the goal of trying to change the other person, that's a recipe for failure. If you feel all this shame and hurt around your ability to have an opinion about something, we're already set up for failure, because we're raising the stakes, we're raising the bar, we're raising the tension in the room. So we need to just like level it down. Every opinion you have is valid. We are not the same people, and that's okay. We don't have to have the same skill sets to enter the conversation, to enter the arena. Our goal should just be to see each other, not to win the debate. And that seemed to really resonate and felt really good. It was really interesting. I was really calm, but my armpits were like dripping sweat because I was self-regulating so hard. I don't even know how to describe it to you, but I have to believe, because I love her so much, and she is a really good person, that like this whole point of me losing my job and having to come here has like this big purpose of like maybe spiritual learning for me. I don't even know if it helps her. I don't even know. I hope so. But this morning when I woke up and I came down to get my coffee, she was like, thank you for the conversation last night. And that made me feel really good. So baby steps, but I hope some parts of this help others.